Where the fucking Russians? Jesus Christ.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, don't cut me off, dickhead. G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to IL-2 Sturmovik, the Battle of Stalingrad, back on the Wings of Liberty server in multiplayer, and once again I'm in the Ju-88A4. So it's been a couple of quiet days on Wings of Liberty server. I've been flying out reasonably regularly, as I've had time to do so, and, well, there hasn't really been a lot going on, to be perfectly honest. There's always been a match operating, but it seems like everybody is in bombers at this point. And this was most certainly true the day of this flyout. In fact, we rarely saw any Russian fighters the entire way through, or even Russian bombers for that matter. It seemed if we were attacking south, the Russians were attacking north. If we were attacking north, the Russians were attacking south. There were really only one or two occasions over this entire night where we saw any Russians at anything but a fleeting glimpse of a dot in the background, which is really rather odd if I'm entirely honest. Normally when you bring out an aircraft like the Ju-88A4, from the time you drop your first bomb to the time the enemy fighters arrive is around 6 minutes. That's basically how long it takes them to get from wherever they are in the map, and it won't be one or two fighters, it's usually half the Russian team converging on the site you attacked all at once. Tonight, they could give no shits that I was bombing out their ground targets. In fact, they were just bombing out ours in return.
20278.
So this bombing run is going to be a by the numbers bombing run. I'll flick over to live comms and we'll talk after. I'm on site. Beginning my first pass.
Hey, just spotted you diving now, so
And release 1. Release 2.
that's a lot of damage.
I should hope so. It looked like that would be perfectly on target, those two. So first pass, and that's 2 of my 250s already released. I still have 2 left on board. Unfortunately, finding targets in this base was rather difficult. As I said, everybody was attacking ground targets at the time, so this base had already been somewhat mauled. Most of the ground targets had. Now I have been getting asked a lot in my recent videos where I've been dive bombing, how am I actually lining them up? Because it doesn't appear that I'm using the sighting cockpit, and I'm definitely not using the level bombing sight. I'm eyeballing it. It takes a little bit of time and practice, but after a while you learn the bomb trajectories based on the attitude of your aircraft and the size of the bomb you're dropping. Once you know that, the bomb sight in a dive bombing situation almost becomes irrelevant. Yeah, this might be one of those ones most of the yeah, it looks like most of it's been hit.
That smokestack section has not been affected.
At least 3, there's definitely one there. So, third bomb away, and at this point all I'm really doing is looking for small clusters of targets that I can cherry pick out with the 250 kilo bombs. There's nothing much else I can do at this point. The rest of this base is so shattered, this is really up to fighter aircraft or attackers strafing targets at this point. There's nothing large and grouped enough to be worth hitting with a large bomb. Which is precisely what Semper is going to do. At this point I am just lining up for my last release. Once I've gotten my last bomb out of the way, so there's no chance of him crossing over my explosion paths, he's going to begin strafing out ground targets and I'm going to start my RTB. Now it's worth noting at this point we've been in this area for about 8 minutes and nobody has shown up. We haven't seen a dot, a blip, nobody appears to be coming in to attack us at all. Nothing. That's a low drop, that one.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I was slightly off centre there, so I had to release it almost point blank
There's
in the
a-
ground. Ziz trucks and 2 hangars. Alright, I am RTV. So as I said, an almost by the numbers bombing run. Hit the targets, leave the area, and we had no interruptions the whole way. Or at least until right as we were getting ready to leave. At this point I would like to introduce Deadmeat. Now Deadmeat is one of my subscribers, he's been a sub for a long time, and he managed to catch us on the server and ended up jumping into comms with us for this particular flyout. Now at this point he thought he saw a hostile coming in on the area, but since I was already RTB I just did what I normally do, open the throttles in the Ju-88 to maximum, put it on the deck and just run. This thing is fast, so you really don't have to worry about it. With all the bombs stripped off, you're not going to get caught once you're on your way out of a target zone. It's one of the best things about this aircraft. So you might be asking at this point, why am I making a video about a by the numbers bombing run? I mean, nothing interesting happened on it. Why? Well, it's not the things that you think would go wrong that usually go wrong. It's always the things that you never expect. So at this moment I would like to point out that I'm actually out-tabbed out of the game, flying on auto level on the way home. I was having a few issues with my antivirus and I had to fix it up. It kept kicking me out of the game. And that's when this happened.
Ah, crap. Mags,
Yep.
are you still flying?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
'Cause
Why?
I'm not.
What
Well,
happened?
I lagged. And then found myself in the back of your plane.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I've just noticed. I have no right engine.
Oh,
You snapped the props off of my right engine. I can't actually do a damage. I'm still flying level.
Yeah, that's a fucked engine right there.
many apologies.
I was fucking alt-tabbed fixing the ABG issue. Right, this is going to be interesting, but I'm glad I'm almost at the runway. Well, the plane didn't move. The plane's still at auto level, flying straight level, no problems at all.
Yeah, it was like I hit a brick wall. I'm like, oh,
You hit
was
my
like
prop.
aiming
It
for,
doesn't
like-
look like, looking at the aircraft, it doesn't look like you've hit my plane at all, but you've come in close enough that you've actually sheared the prop off on the way through. So I've got a broken wooden prop outside my plane.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, almost there. Auto level's still fine. It's flying level. No engine complaints at the moment, despite the fact that my first engine is not working at all. Everybody still appears to be alive on board. Landing's going to be interesting, but I will cross that bridge when I come to it.
I'm not so sure I feel safe in this gunner position for landing.
You're riding this shit in with me.
I didn't say I wasn't. I'm just making it known that I don't feel safe.
Alright, so I'm going to miss that approach. I'm going to have to peel around.
Semper,
Yeah.
Yep.
Semper's playing.
you were getting... Yeah. So
Semper's
Semper
very
got
good at-
very...
Yeah, Semper is very good at getting close. This is why
Yeah,
our
he was very
formations are
close.
So
And his gun was going off.
Yep. Yeah, that's Semper. Alright, so runway to the left. We're going to proceed out the other side for just a little bit. Bring it off auto level now. And I'm going to kick a bit of flap in here.
Plonk it down.
Yep. Just going to get a bit of run up first. Alright.
One thing I wanted to do is actually watch the landing gear coming down.
You'll see that
Or
in
you're
just a
going to
second.
belly land it.
Oh no, I'll try and put it down properly. Like there's nothing wrong except the fact that I just don't have a right engine anymore. So it's just a matter of making this turn because I'm bleeding a lot of speed. I'm missing a lot of engine power that I would normally have. So this might be a bit too aggressive, but there we go. And your landing gear is coming down. Right. That's gonna...
Now that looks cool.
Now we are off center here. We are drifting. So why are we drifting left? The left engine's what's running. We should be drifting right, if anything. God, I'm right out of position here. This is going to be a not. This is not going to be a beautiful landing. So apologies in advance.
I hope we're going to miss those trees.
You got some pillock taxing right underneath here. Holy crap! You're looking okay. You're looking bloody good, actually. It's going to be bouncy, but you're going to...
Yeah, it's in the rough. We're next to the runway. That's all right.
For some reason, it just put me out of the aircraft into a third-person view for a second.
Yeah,
there.
you can get third-person views.
From my view, your belly gun actually ended up underneath the ground. That was such a heavy landing. You probably would have crushed the belly gun compartment. It's landing gear basically completely compressed.
Yeah, there wasn't much I could do. I just didn't have the power for approach. But it's down, so that's something.
I imagine it's got some structural problems.
I got hit by a fucker wolf, so I imagine so. Now, can I get that?
It was just a gentle love tap.
So, home sweet home. Not exactly the way I was planning on getting back, and not in the condition that I was planning on getting back, but nothing ever goes to plan whenever I go for a flyout. Anyone who was wondering what was going on with Deadmeat 2, after he hit my aircraft and crashed, he jumped into a gunner's position on board the Ju-88, so he was actually riding the aircraft in for that landing with me. Anyways, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you in the skies.